Alright, what's up folks? Rich Fantastic with you, giving you the recap of the divisional game. The Philadelphia Eagles getting the 15-10 victory over the Atlanta Falcons. Very odd game in this one. I can't even really put my finger on what was odd about it. It just, it's like it was there and it was gone. I don't, it's just an odd game to me. Philly goes to the NFC Championship game. Matt Ryan, 22 of 36, 210 yards, 1 touchdown, no interceptions. Tevin Coleman, 10 carries for 79 yards, that's 7.9 per rush. Devontae Freeman, 10 for 7 yards, that's 7/10 of a yard per rush. The team altogether 20 of 86, just showing the oddness of this game. You had one guy running 7.9 per rush, almost 8. You had another guy who couldn't even get a yard per carry. Julio Jones, 9 receptions, 101 yards. Mohamed Sanu, 3 of 50. Devontae Freeman, 5 of 26, a touchdown. Tevin Coleman, 1 of 14. Roy Reynolds and Keanu Neal both recovered fumbles. 1 sack by Takaris McKinley. No interceptions. Andre Roberts, 2 kick returns for 31 yards. No punt returns. Matt Bryant made his only field goal. For the Eagles, Nick Foles, good enough in this game. I'd say better than good enough. 23 of 30, 246 yards, no touchdowns, no interceptions. Jay Ajayi, 15 carries, 54 yards, 3.6 per rush. Nelson Aguilar, 2 of 20, 10 yards per rush. LeGarrette Blount, 9 of 19, 2.1 per rush. 1 touchdown by Blount. The team 32 of 96, 3 yards per rush. Philadelphia is a much better running team than that. Again, you had Foles throwing for 246 yards. They don't run the ball particularly well, and they only score 15 points. It was one of the most bizarre games I've ever seen. Alshon Jeffrey, 4 receptions, 61 yards. Jay Ajayi, 3 of 44. Torrey Smith, 3 of 39 receiving. Zach Ertz, 3 of 32. Nick Foles fumbled twice, recovered one of them, did not lose the other. Brian Branham recovered a fumble. Brian Branham lost a fumble. Jay Ajayi lost a fumble. LeGarrette Blount recovered a fumble. 3 sacks. Nigel Bradham, Fletcher Cox, Rodney McLeod. No interceptions. Kenjon Barner, a 26-yard kick return. Corey Clement, a 22-yard punt return. Philadelphia Eagles, Brian Branham had a punt return for no yards. Jake Elliott, 3 for 3 in his field goals. Philadelphia's defense was very good in this game, obviously. They didn't run the ball particularly well. Nick Foles did enough. We'll have to see how well they run the ball when they play next week against either the Minnesota Vikings or the New Orleans Saints. As for the Atlanta Falcons, they had a chance to win this game. They had goal to go at about the 8 with under a minute left. Now, Philadelphia could have gotten the ball back and kicked the field goal. Some of the worst goal line or goal-to-goal plays I've ever seen. The 4th down and goal from about the 2. They ran this design rollout. I hate the design rollout. You completely shut down the side of the field. It was a terrible play, but that was it, and they lost. I mean, they ran a fade pattern to Julio Jones, okay, but I like running the ball. You also want to try to make Philadelphia use their timeouts and use some time. You're expecting pass. I know it's from the 8, but run the ball on 1st down. See what happens. Maybe you break it. You spread them out and run the ball. I don't know. They were just terrible goal-to-goal plays, and Atlanta is not advancing, and they lose the game, of course. Matt Ryan did not play particularly well. The defense was stout, but, it's just been an up-and-down season for the Atlanta Falcons. For the Philadelphia Eagles, they clearly have got to run the ball better next week than they did in today's game. All right, when tonight's game goes final, we'll give you the recap of that. Most likely, we'll give it to you tonight. If not, we will just have to give it to you tomorrow morning. Be sure to stay tuned for that, and remember, as always, we appreciate all subscriptions. Thank you all, and we'll see you next time. Have a good one.